Okay. So have you noticed how quickly someone can go from admired to erased? A tweet resurfaces, a comment is taken out of context, a mistake is exposed, and suddenly the internet decides who that person is permanently. So today we're going to be asking something uncomfortable.
Is cancel culture about accountability or is it about power? Are we holding people responsible for harm or are we participating in public execution? This isn't about defending bad behavior, it's about examining how we respond to it. Especially now in a world where nothing disappears and everyone has a platform.
Yep, let's discuss it.
So, what does canceled actually mean today?
I think it takes you, like if you would have had to have some sort of power, and I think it takes away the power. Okay, so let's take this example. Kevin Hart, comedian, right? Done tons of movies. Really funny guy everywhere. Got the Oscar host gig. And then tweets or something, whatever, comments that he made online got resurfaced again from like, I don't know, 5+ years before. And people were like, how could you have him as the Oscars host? He said this and this and this about the LGBTQ community. And then he essentially, the hosting gig got pulled away from him. But the thing is, this was something that was years before, something he'd apologized for publicly already, and now was coming back and was costing him this moment, right? I think in those kinds of scenarios, it's kind of ridiculous. Now you're holding on to shit.
Yeah.
Just to hold on to shit.
Yeah.
Like either forgive and forget and move on.
Yeah.
Or hold the guy accountable forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I that kind of shit bothers me. You know, it's kind of like, okay, do you know how I have empathy for that kind of shit, because as a human being, like a human being, okay, flaws and all, I have fucked up in multiple different ways throughout my life. Have I learned my lesson? Have I regretted the things that I've said? Have I apologized? Have I shown remorse? Have I, all of those things? Yes. But if somebody from 20 years ago came up and said, you said this when you were 19, and how dare you were able to have this and this and this now? I'd be like, come on. At what point do we get to make a mistake and show remorse and pay for that mistake in however way we pay for it, okay, and then be able to like continue living our life?
Yeah, that the problem is
grow and prosper. Like,
is the company, the host, the one that brought it down. That's the problem.
The person that's holding this over you is the problem. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay, what?
No, they need to be ignored. See, the problem is like the Kevin Hart situation.
Yeah.
Is the host pulling him because of what they were saying. The
Oscars pulling him.
That's the problem.
I agree. I agree.
That's the problem.
It's like, at what point, like, I mean, context, you know, my husband says this all the time to our boys. Context matters. It absolutely matters. Like, if you had somebody that had said those comments and continued to say them, let's take J.K. Rowling, okay, the author of Harry Potter series, right? she continues to back her comments against the LGBTQ community.
Mhm.
Okay. Now I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is somebody that's standing by what they believe,
Mhm.
right? To be true. Do I agree with that? Absolutely not. I don't agree with a lot of things that people say.
Mhm.
Does that mean that that person isn't allowed to be successful? Does that mean that she can't be recognized for the things that she's done, the art that she's put out there, for
Mhm.
example? I don't know. People are saying no, that means that she should be canceled. People shouldn't be boycotting Harry Potter books and movies.
Okay. So
Okay.
they can boycott it.
And they can do, yes, they're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Just like I'm allowed to continue watching Harry Potter movies if I want to.
Well, that's it. And that's that's the thing. That's the difference. And I think that the cancel scenario, the problem is the people. Sorry, is the ones who are canceling because of what
are taking those comments. So, like with Kevin Hart, it would be the Oscars. With if it was happening, would be maybe, let's say, books being pulled out of Indigo chapters.
Mhm.
No, they're now, they decided to no longer sell Harry Potter books because of these comments she's made.
Right.
That would be another example. That's not true, but that
Yeah.
could be an example.
I understand that there's affiliation, and they're trying to protect their company.
Yeah.
But I think that you look even more guilt in my eyes.
Yeah.
I feel like you look even more guilty by dropping someone because of what they've been or what they said, especially when there was already an apology and
Right?
and this and that. So I think that we are living in an era where people are offended for the littlest thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big macho guy, but people are fucking babies, and they need to calm down. That's how I look at it. I see like, oh, I was so distraught about what they said, and it's like, okay, like you're distraught, fine, you're upset, okay, but really you're contacting the network, like, let's relax.
Yeah.
Turn off the TV and move on.
Get a hobby.
Yeah.
I think it's
I don't know.
I think it's a lot. I think like the time and energy that it takes for people to do that kind of thing to the
Mhm.
level in which they're doing it is like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow, you must have a lot of time on your hands.
Mm.
And I am not talking about legitimate crimes, like the Me Too movement and like, the Harvey Weinsteins and everybody's coming out of the woodwork and, with their stories, like they're victims here. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and yeah, there's I don't know, like, I understand that words hurt, words matter, but there's got to be some like discrepancy between the two crimes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just feels like a lot sometimes.
For sure.
It's like, oh my God, seriously? From like 6 years ago or 12 years ago, we're going to talk about a tweet?
I don't know. I can't get behind that type of stuff. I've never, I guess I'm just not that. I've never once posted something publicly.
Yeah, me neither.
To hate on someone else.
Yeah. Same.
And it's not a balls thing because I don't care. It's online, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's not a question of like, oh, I'm nervous to do that. Like, it's just, to me, it doesn't compute.
Yeah. I think people do that kind of a thing because they feed off of the responses.
Well, do you ever
They
notice that
feed
when
off of
yeah.
how people are responding, good or bad.
Well, do you ever notice that when there's one negative, there's so many more negatives that follow versus if you know, so I think that that's a big part of it too. I think that the negatives attract more negative people.
Yes.
And then, you know, you see one positive outlook, and then all of a sudden there's like 35 positive outlooks from that one person that said the positive outlook.
Yeah.
You know, and then one negative, and now you have 40 negatives.
Yes.
You know, and it's like this back and forth. But I
Yep.
think that has a lot to do with what someone is saying, and then people will just attach onto that.
Yeah.
Leeches, man.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's like the question, one of the questions that we have here is why are we more aware or more reactive?
More reactive.
More reactive, hands down.
Yeah.
It's like there's now a platform, multiple platforms to make your feelings and thoughts valid through other people. And it's created just this insane world of like you cannot escape reaction anymore.
Yeah.
Like there's something for everybody.
Yeah, no matter what you put, someone's going to not be happy. You know, it's happened to me.
And you're gonna hear about it.
Yeah.
And you cannot not hear about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's definitely more reactive. 100%.
How can we balance justice with compassion? Through like all of the like work that I've been doing on myself, you know, to be a happier, healthier person, there's this sentence that I keep saying to myself whenever I need to reposition my what's that thing called, the compass, my compass, okay, is like stay on my side of the street. Like I have this like my life is like this little nook of a street, right, with some storefronts and beautiful flowers and all that stuff, right? And across the street is other people's streets, right? But I need to stay on my side of the street and keep it clean and inviting, cozy, you know, all that stuff. And like maybe that's what the question most people should ask is like, am I on my side of the street or am I like in a different neighborhood right now? Because a lot of these things that are happening are because you're not even like in the same fucking neighborhood anymore. Like how, like
I think it's just very negative. You know, it's very negative, and because of that, yeah, you know, you want to try to just stay in your, you know, road or whatever.
We already experience that in life on a daily basis for little things, right?
Yeah.
To different levels and degrees. Why would you want to fucking sit in it? You know? And again, I want to reiterate, there's a difference between an actual crime and like a difference of opinion. Okay? There's actually a good example of a redemption one where do you know James Gunn?
No.
Okay, well he's the director, producer, writer, whatever, of like Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he was fired by Disney for offensive jokes from 10 years ago. Okay, so similar to the Kevin Hart thing. He was fired from Disney. And the fans and the cast were up in arms about how dare they fire him for something that happened 10 years ago, right? And then he was rehired. So it's a rare example where what we call the mob, right? The internet mob, fought for him. And I remember hearing that, and I'm like, okay, but what makes one eligible for this redemption arc, and what makes others not eligible for this redemption arc? Who establishes this? Because it can't be about the crime, because if we have two individuals, Kevin Hart and James Gunn, that both said words more than a decade prior, and one gets fired and loses it, and like that's it, he's done for, and the other one gets rehired, what's the difference?
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, who makes these decisions?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really good point.
You know,
and you know, who knows why,
or who, like, or when, or like what, like it that feels unfair.
Mm.
I'm actually up in arms about the unfairness of that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Not that I want James Gunn to be canceled, but it's just like, what's the difference?
Mm.
So let's move on to our little game, okay?
Okay.
We have a few options. We need to decide if it's forgivable or needs accountability. Okay? So I'll start. A politician lies but later admits fault.
Mm.
Does he need accountability, or can we forgive him?
I mean, I think we can forgive him. No?
Politicians seem to get away with a lot. Look at Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah, true. That's true.
You know, I think it depends. Lies about what? About if he lied about having an affair, I say, who gives a shit? Like, does this matter to my tax dollars?
Right.
Right? But if he lied about, you know, a law or something more heavier that impacts us as citizens and taxpayers,
That makes
then
sense.
I would say, let's have a little more accountability.
I think that makes sense.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's context.
Mm-hmm.
Context matters. Okay, Josh, you.
A celebrity cheats in their marriage?
Oh, come on. So then, like, move on.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, a comedian makes an offensive joke and refuses to apologize. There's a few comedians that
There
are
have
like
been.
that, right?
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
never been so outraged by what a comedian has said.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Like, there are comedians out there that I don't find funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't fucking go to their shows, and I don't watch their specials.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I move on with my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
I'm probably sure that there's some people out there that watch them, even though they don't like them, just to pick it apart.
mm. Yeah. 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 I'm
Like,
sure.
why?
I'm
You know
sure.
what I mean?
And yeah, you're right. You know, I think you know, especially ever since that Will Smith incident with Chris Rock, I think that situation, you know, it
Does Will Smith deserve to be forgiven? Should he be forgiven for that? Yeah, like, I think we put Will Smith on such a pedestal over the years that when he did something so out of character for what we thought he was, or who we thought he was, we were so quick to tear him down. Do I think that what he did was a good thing? No. Do I think that hurt people? Yeah. So clearly he was going through something and was just pushed to the brink. I can, as a good girl that always tries to be good all the time, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you just push too far.
Yeah.
I think he should be forgiven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Held accountable, but also forgiven.
Yeah. Oh well, I think
Right?
he was held accountable.
Yes, be held accountable. But the thing is that being held accountable by the person in whom he wronged.
Hmm.
Like, let Chris Rock deal with, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't think it needs to be, but anyway, whatever. That's just my thought on it. Anyway.
Yeah. It was obviously extremely wrong what happened.
Of course.
I think that everyone fucks up.
Yeah.
And was it okay? Absolutely not. Should he be punished? Sure. But I think also, we need to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have a little bit of grace. Show a little bit of grace. That's it.
Chris might never forgive him.
No,
and that's okay.
He's the one that was wronged.
Yeah, that's it. So that it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think there's no reason for me to be like F. Will Smith.
Do you know what I mean?
But that's the celebrity life. Maybe cancel culture isn't just about them. Maybe it's about who we are becoming. Are we building a culture of accountability and growth, or a culture of fear and permanent labels?
Because someday we might need grace too. So let us know where you land on this. Accountability or public execution. New episodes every Thursday. See you next week.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Do you think Johnny Depp did it?
Here's the thing. I think they're both at fault. I think when you have two people that aren't good for each other, they bring out the worst in each other.
And Johnny Depp,
he's gone through his entire life with multiple relationships, public relationships, in which that's never been a case.
Yeah, he's never hit anyone.
Until you meet the one person that brings out the fucking worst in you.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think they're both at fault.
Yeah, but do you think he was beating her? I don't think so.
I think he was throwing things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think he was.
I think he was throwing things.
For
I think
sure.
there was name calling. Absolutely, I think.
Yeah, I think that things were happening, but in the sense that, they were both doing that. But in the sense of like beating her up.
No, I don't.
I
don't think so.
But
I don't think that was. I don't think he did. I don't think that was. I don't think that was one of the things that happened. It was like a bottle got thrown and the glass then hit her face, or you know what I mean? It was like shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like a physical, like him actually touching her.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything like that.
Mm.
But they were violent towards each other.
Mm-hmm.
Verbally.
Well, yeah, they were both alcohol. They're both alcoholics.
Yes.
And he never denied any of that.
No.
So,
No.
yeah, interesting. All right.